Hi guys, Ann here, and today we have a little coffee talk without the coffee. I just got done filming a video for my beauty channel, and we have Aura here. Here's our little co-host. She's like, are you done yet? So today's Friday when I'm filming. It is exactly 5:23. It's pretty late when I'm filming, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to edit and get it up for you tonight. Today's Friday. So Saturday, let me tell you about my weekend, what I have planned. So Saturday, do you guys remember last year me and Lexi, my daughter, went to a haunted hayride? I'll leave that video down below if you haven't seen it. Now I'm just going to let you know, there's a lot of cussing in there from me. A lot of laughing from Lexi, because when I get scared, I cuss, and then Lexi starts laughing. She thinks it's funny when I get scared, you know? But it's all fun. I like it. I like being scared, you know. And then Sunday, I go on my second date. We're going to go out to eat and go bowling. I got a pretty busy weekend. I'm very excited. It's going to be fun, you know.
We know.
So let me give you some updates, and then we're going to talk about something that happened last night, which is very positive. So I got this email from the car insurance. I'll put it right here. So they definitely it's totaled my car. It's a total loss. I figured that, but I wasn't sure when they said they wanted to get a second adjuster look at it, because I thought, what? There's no way my car could be fixed. There's just no way. It wouldn't be I wouldn't trust it. If you don't know, Isaiah, my 20-year-old, was driving my car, got into a car accident. The other people got the ticket. It wasn't his fault. She hit him in the front. Nope. How did it go? Yeah, she hit him in the front, and then Isaiah spun, and then his back hit her car. Does that make sense? So Isaiah got hit in the front and the back. So it's just, and the airbags came out. Isaiah's okay. I thought at first he broke his collarbone. It was swollen. Even the doctor at the ER thought that, you know. But no. So he had the airbag that hit him, and he had a seatbelt mark. So it's basically more like this happened on October 10th. And today's the 25th, and he's still a little sore. And he said it's more his muscle, like where the airbag came out. So like if he goes this way, or, you know, strains or anything like that. But it's a blessing. It could have been a lot worse. So I'll take it. No broken bones. But, you know, he's a boy. He's a guy. So a young man. So you know how that is. You know, like I said, he's doing good. They're paying. He was out of work for like a week and a half. They're paying for that. They're paying for all his hospital bills, and I'll probably get around $30,000 or maybe a little bit more for my car. I owe a little bit over $12,000 left, so I'll still have about at least $10,000 to $15,000 down to put on a down payment. So I'm happy. It all worked out. I just don't know what type of car I want to get now. I had a Hyundai. It was a 2023. I got it in 2022, but it was a 2023 Honda Elantra N. N as in Nancy. It was like the sports version. And I didn't even have 10,000 miles on it, okay? I never went anywhere. So it was practically a brand new car. So right now I'm in a rental car, so I'm good. I'm doing really good. Everything turned out good. Lexi's doing good. I know you guys asked me a lot about her, you know, because she was in the hospital again and all that type of stuff. She's still very nauseous, but she's not throwing up. And, you know, her original surgery was in July. It was just been a few months, but she's doing good. She's back working, you know, all of that. So it's good, you know, it's really, really good. I realized I had these lights on from filming, and I don't like that. I gotta change it. What else? I think that's all the updates before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video. I don't think there's anything. Let me get my water. Hold the phone. This is why I try to film the earlier the better, because you guys know I have like ADD or ADHD or what have you, and I definitely suffer from anxiety, definitely. And so the later in the day is like I'm really, you know, I can't sit still. Do you guys eat leftovers? Like, I don't mind leftovers. I think sometimes leftovers taste better the next day. Like spaghetti, cabbage, fried cabbage. Oh my God, it tastes amazing the next day. And I think it's because like the flavors or something like really marinate or something. I don't know what it is, but some things just taste better the next day. Don't you agree? Now, some things not so much. Right? But a lot of things, I don't know, I always like it better the second day. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
So last night, Thursday, somebody went live, and she's been a supporter of mine for a while. And she doesn't do videos, but she does like live streams and stuff. And a lot of times I never catch her live streams. And so I went on there, I seen she was live. And I'm like, I was in the middle, I think I just got done cooking, or I don't know what it was. But I had time, and I'm like, oh, hey, I finally caught a live. And then I seen two people up there, and I'm like, wait a minute, is this the same person? Do you guys remember that I talked about it a while ago, where somebody like tagged me and called me a home wrecking whore or something like that? Do you remember that? And I had showed like the community post where they tagged me or something like that. And they were talking about, because I made a video like 2 years ago, it was a story time, and I titled it like, I slept with a married man, question mark. But in there, I was just talking how when I was with this, I was 22 years old. The guy was 37. I explained this. Like, he had been trying to talk to me for a couple months. We finally started dating. This is my drinking stage. And after a while, I spent the night over there. He had a prior girlfriend, but they've been broken up for months, you know. And anyway, you know, like, back in the day, you know, I'm 48, so we're going back over 25 years ago. Over 25 years. And back in the day, I guess she was, like, going in the morning, seeing if he was talking to somebody, and she seen my car. Well, she seen a car. She didn't know it was who I was. And like, anyway, she's banging on the door and all that, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna stay out of it, but if she does anything to my car, that's gonna be a problem. And anyway, she left, but she was like, that's my husband and blah blah blah. But I already knew, even if they were married, which they were not, I already knew, like, they weren't. It wasn't like I knew they were married and he was cheating on me with her, like they were living together. It wasn't like that. But anyway, like, I kind of like clickbaited the title a little bit, but I don't know. So you guys know I had an issue with a certain man in the beginning of the year, and like, so she was his supporter, and he would make videos on me and go back to my videos and was like, yeah, Ann sleeps with married men and blah blah blah, you know, all that. So she was his friend, and so, you know, she was also going along with it because of what he was saying. When I seen her up there, you know how I am. So the first thing I say, I go, is this the same? And I said her name. And I'm like, that called me a home wrecking whore? And I'll say her name. Her name's is Jugs, you know. That's what she goes by. And anyway, she was like, yes, it's me. And she apologized to me. And I guess, I know that one particular guy, him and his wife, I said this before, how karma works, right? He would get on me about my divorce and make fun of me and all this type of stuff, and now he's going through it. But I think him and his wife are getting back together. But anyway, played out online, and he deleted his channel or privated, which I'm sure he'll be back. And she did the same thing. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they still talk or what have you. So I don't know what happened. Regardless, she apologized to me and she admitted. And she said, you know, I was influenced to do this. She said she was, and I'm going to be honest, she said, look, nobody held a gun to my head, but I was his friend, and I don't know if she used the word obligated, but she would just, you know, felt like she was helping him out or whatever the case may be. Wrong is wrong, right? Because I didn't even know who she was. The only way I know some of these people is when he would make live streams and I see where they were supporting him, like in his chat, but they never came for me or anything on their channel. So my issue wasn't with them, really. It was him, but I kind of side-eye them, like, why would you support a man that has done what he's done to me, talks about my children, doxed my daughter, sexualizes my daughter, says the N-word. I mean, I can go on and on. Him and his wife both tried to put a restraining order on me and checked the box that said I killed an animal in front of them to scare them. Okay, of course, we don't even live in the same state, you know. Then when he was talking to the judge, when he tried to put one on me, he literally says to them that he had fear of my son because I threatened that my son was going to go beat him up or something like that. When months ago, all I said was, you got a lot to say to women, because he likes to talk about women and stuff. I said, why don't you, because he would say my son was a drug dealer, and then he would say my son was lazy, and then he would, you know, all different things, you know. And I said to him, I go, you have a lot to say to women. Why don't you say what you say to my son? Say it to my son. In other words, I was saying, like, say it to a man. That's what my point was. Not that I was trying to get anything started. It was just a figure of speech. Like, say to a guy everything you have to say, you know. And that was that. Anyway, like, the judge told him, because he played that recording, what I said, and the judge told him, well, I don't see that as a threat. So there's a lot more that I don't, whatever was going on. And it's like they knew all this and they were supporting this. But whatever happened, I respect the fact that they apologized. And her and then another creator, she does live streams, Popcorn, like they said, look, just because I was subscribed or support him didn't mean I support everything that he did. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if subscribing and staying on a live stream, that's showing support. And if I was subscribed to somebody and they were talking about somebody's child, even though if they were adults or not, and then sexualizing and bringing up them in butt plugs, and I don't care if your daughter gets gang banged by a whole bunch of people, and just disrespectful things, I would not be supporting that person, regardless if I like the person or not. Right is right and wrong is wrong, But I think sometimes when things don't affect a particular person, they look at it as more reality TV. Like, it doesn't have nothing to do with me and this is funny, back and forth. But I don't think people realize how much mentally it can affect content creators when there's beef that goes back and forth, back and forth. Me too, right? Because I didn't just always shut my mouth. You guys know that. Look, I'm still talking about it now. But there's a reason why I'm talking about it. There's something positive that came out of it. I could have shut my mouth too. I did not, right? But in the beginning of the year, landed me back up in the hospital with stress and everything. Not that he did it. It was just me, what have you. My nerves. I was also going through a divorce. So all of it, right? It was just a me thing. And I should have just shut up and kept it moving. But I did not. So I was part of the problem. But when I made my videos, I never said his name. I never tagged him, never put him in my thumbnail, and never put him in my title. So most people didn't even know who the hell I was talking about, right? But they all made sure they knew who I was, right? To make sure I got bullied. But regardless, I appreciate that. Now, do I think if they were still friends and he was still online, would they apologize? I don't know. Right? Who knows? But all I can say is they did, and I appreciate that. And sometimes people just need to hear, I'm sorry, or I didn't support that, or I was wrong. I should have spoke out and said something. And I think that's what I needed to hear to heal. Sometimes negative things can bring a positive. And that's why on this channel, I talk about a lot of things, like things I did when I was younger, different, things ignorant kid that I was, and getting in trouble and just a lot of things I share. Look, I had 3 kids by 3 different men. I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict, I'm glad my kids are here. I mean, let's be real. Isaiah, he saved me, and I share all that, because so many people like to judge, right? They hear certain things and they want to judge. Oh my God, she was with 3 kids by 3 different men. She must have been a whore. No, that's not how it was. But regardless, as people want to judge, gosh, my son is almost 30 years old. You're going to judge me for something that happened there. I was a teen mom. I share that to show also people can change and stop judging people, right? Because if somebody just subscribed to me now and seen me, would they think, I was involved with the stuff that I was involved with back in the day? Probably not. Would you think, oh, she used to be a crackhead? Probably not. Oh, she was sentenced to 4 years in prison? Probably not. Oh, she hung around gangs and did criminal activity? No, you probably wouldn't. Oh, she was a fighter. She fought all the time. No. Would you know that I was involved? I got cuts, slices all over. I'm sliced here, no, you wouldn't think that. And so I share that because there's so many people that are online that try to act like they're so perfect. And some people do have a perfect life, or they think of their life as perfect. But so many people play these characters. And most of us, we don't have that perfect life. And I like talking about things to show you, look, I'm just like you. I'm just on a camera. And I went through a divorce. Because there's so many of you that went through a divorce, or going through a divorce, or thinking about it, or what have you. And I want to let you know, you're not alone. You're not alone. Some people might think, oh, I've shared this, Ann shares too much, or Ann manipulates people, or shares too much, or tries to sadfish, or make people feel bad. No, that's not it. That's not it. Because I talk about, I wasn't always a good friend. I did that. I share also my battles as well. What I share, this is because I'm going to let you hear a video. that was made about me. This is a lifestyle vlog channel, right? That means it's just not a vlog channel where I'm going out doing here and there and there. It's a lifestyle vlog. It's called Just Dan's World, right? It's all about me. And I share my ups and downs, my health problems, and all this type of stuff. I take you guys to the doctors with me. Not for anybody to feel pity, to say, look, I get it, I understand, and you're not alone. There's so many of us that have health issues. There's so many of us that's lost parents. Let me just tell you something. It's this Thanksgiving. My mother died on Thanksgiving morning. Will be 5 years, and I still struggle with it like it happened last Thanksgiving. I understand that grieving process, you know? And there's so many of you that lost your mother or father, whoever, somebody close to you 20 years ago and 10 years ago, and can understand that and helped me out as I was going through it. Just like somebody that just recently lost their mother, I can help them out, extend my hand and say, I understand, and it's okay. You know what I mean? That's what my channel is about. And it's like, look, it says Just Dan's World, and if you don't like me, then don't watch it. But don't judge, because I've said this over and over again. You might be in a relationship, in a marriage, and raising your kids, but you don't know what happens when your kids are grown. How do you know you and your husband will stay together? How do you know? Like, there's so many things you don't know what the future holds. So don't judge. You don't know what's going to happen to your kid. What if you have a daughter and that daughter grows, say they're little now, 2, 3, 4 years old, and they grow up and then they have the same problems I have? Because when you judge, it can go on your offspring. It may not happen to you, but it can go into your offspring. Then what? You can't judge people because you don't know what your life's going to be, your children's life's going to be, and so on. And then also I get questions a lot like, how come I talk about certain things? And I'm going to share you something. There was a video made. It was a short. And this account, and it's funny, it's the timing when people make these fake accounts. So they made their fake account October 6th. And they made this short. It's the only thing on their channel, October 7th. And the timing, because right around there, something had happened in my personally, right? And it's so weird how this account finally started around that time. And then, like, they're making fun of me, like, because when I was talking about my divorce and how I felt and shared where, like, my husband never shared my birthday. You know, I was just grieving, going, because divorce is also like a funeral. It's a grief, like you lost somebody. Especially when you're in a marriage 12 plus years, or they help raise your kids and whatever. Like, it was hurtful. I was hurt. Okay. I didn't want the divorce. I wanted my marriage to work, but it didn't. Right. I didn't want my husband to do whatever. It doesn't matter. But that's why I talk a lot, because see, and people, I get tagged. I wouldn't even know that account existed if I wasn't tagged, you know? And then I see that same account on other people's channel that I know, and it's like, and they keep bringing my name up, and they don't say Just Dan, they say Ann. It's like, why make a fake account? Say it with your whole chest. Don't make fake accounts. That's why I say, like, I don't know, let me just show you, then we're going to talk about it. I wanted to do something, so I figured, well, I'll just pay for it. At least I get to do something with somebody, you know? Isn't that sad? It's so sad. I can't remember when the last time I had a birthday cake, you know? It's like, my kids didn't get me one because they thought my ex-husband would. They didn't want to step on his toes, but then he never did, you know, so I just played it off to my kids. Well, you know, I'm older, I don't care about birthdays, but I do. Birthdays are a big thing, you know. I love birthdays. Poor Annie, orphan Annie. Bet you they're good. Maybe now it's You see how people can take something I talked about and somebody that doesn't know sees that and was like, oh, what is she doing? But that's a video. You see how people can take little things and make it to something that it's not. Because that video, it was like a coffee talk or something where I was just talking and saying about, you know, what hurt me with my husband, how it was, you know, or what have you. And like I said, when you look at the account, it's the timing that it happened. And it's like, and I was tagged. And then I seen the people that were tagged. It's all with that man and his people and stuff. So what did she think? They were going to see it and then start making... I don't know. But that's why sometimes I'll see... I don't say it on videos, but like I talk about it. Because it's like, that's why I say don't judge. Like, that's not funny. That you think that's funny? That I went through a divorce and I was hurting and how I was treated? That, like, that's funny? Poor orphan Annie? I mean, people are cruel. That's why I talk a lot about people are unhappy. Because somebody who's married and that are happy and have a happy marriage, they wouldn't do that. Somebody that's happy in general wouldn't take the time to make a fake account and take time to edit a video or find that video and edit and do that. Happy people don't do that. And it's sad. And I pray for these people. I truly pray. And that's why I say, like, people can be so cruel that you think are your friends and record you or what have you, and then send it, and they can perceive things to be a certain way, even though you said it, but that's not how it was. Or there's people that get involved that had nothing to do with them. Right? Let's say me and you, right? Me and Sally get into a fight or an argument or what have you. Then you have other people that get involved that have nothing to do with me and Sally. It's just very weird behavior. It's like high school stuff. It's high school stuff. This is what I would see in high school, right? Because let's just say, like my friend Lisa or Jody or whoever, this didn't happen, but let's say I had an argument with somebody and I'm venting to them, you know what they would tell me? Well, first of all, they wouldn't get involved. They would just hear me. And they would say, well, maybe you should talk to her. Talk to her. Maybe it's more than that. Don't let the friendship end, or I'll pray for you guys. That's what happy people say. I don't understand it. But that's why I say pray for your enemies. Pray for your enemies. And I made a community post today where I was talking about like what happened in this live stream. And when you know there's fake accounts and you know that they just created them and they come there to make drama and start drama, like why is my name being brought up when I wasn't even talked about? It wasn't even about me. It's like very weird. Block them. Because those people don't want happiness. They don't want positivity. And what I witnessed last night with the apology, or just not even just apologize and say, look, I didn't agree with what was done and I should have spoke out. That meant a lot to me. And that is the mature way to go. Regardless if they meant it or not, it brought me peace and healing, and I think that's the important thing. And I respect that. I respect somebody to say, look, I was wrong and I'm sorry. I respect that. But yeah, I just wanted to come on, give you a little update, and then just tell you like something positive. And, it was nice. It was really, really nice. And I hope more people see that and do the same. Mental health is a big thing. Holidays are coming up. You never know what people are going through in their personal life. You never know. And kind costs you nothing just to say hi, how are you? You notice when I do my walk and talks, I'm the first one that says hi to people. Hi, how you doing? You don't know what they're going through in their day is. And that hi, how are you might mean everything. It might change their day. Even if it's just for that second. You know what I mean? So just be kind. And if you don't have nothing good to say, we were always taught that, then don't say nothing at all. And certainly don't go on fake accounts. That's like cowardly, And how old are we? Are we 12? I don't know. And I'll never understand if somebody doesn't like my channel or like me, why are you watching? Why? This is a lifestyle vlog channel, then don't watch. And I'm happy that everybody, the people that judge me have such a perfect life. I'm happy for you. But my life is not perfect. I'm sorry. I'm a sinner. I can admit that. But that's okay. But I'm happy. I'm very blessed. Very, very blessed. All right, I'm going to get off of here, and I hope you learned something from my videos, because every time I do a video, it is to try to, if I can help one person, then I did my job. All right, guys, please thumbs up this video or thumbs it down. Make sure you leave a comment. Commenting really does help out with engagement, even if it's just an emoji. Let me know what type of car I should get. Look at her. I'm almost done. Let me know what type of car I should get, what type I should look into. I don't want any more Hondas. And yeah, that's everything. I'll keep you updated on my date. I will film the haunted hayride. And I also have a video that I need to edit with one of me and my friends. It's a guy friend from high school. I still have a lot of friends from high school and stuff, and which is a blessing. And we shared some like stories and things back in the day, and certain things I should edit out, but that will go up as soon as well. I'm going to edit it, send it to him, because he shared some of his own personal stories. And if he gives the green light, then I will put it up this weekend. All right, bye. I don't know what I'm doing. Bye, guys. You ready to go downstairs, my pretty girl? Look at my aura. I love you so much. I love you so much. Okay. Bye.